I don't know. That's the hardest question I've ever been asked.
Aujourd'hui, toutes les marques font des collaborations. Mais en réalité, personne ne sait ce qui se cache et comment celle-ci se décide. À l'occasion de la Fashion Week de Paris, j'ai eu l'occasion d'interviewer Jason Faustino. Jason, c'est l'un des cerveaux derrière l'énergie et l'entièreté des collaborations de Saucony, une grosse marque de sneakers qui a su se réinventer ces dernières années. Dans cette interview, on va parler de sneakers, mais de l'intérieur. Comment fonctionne le game aujourd'hui, comment naissent réellement les collaborations, ce qu'elles racontent ou pas, et surtout, à quoi pourrait ressembler l'avenir de la sneaker. On a aussi parlé de création, d'inspiration, de culture, de passion et du chemin pour parvenir là où il en est aujourd'hui après des années dans l'industrie. Mais au lieu de le présenter moi-même, le mieux, c'est de lui donner la parole.
Nice to meet you, Jason.
Nice to meet you.
For start, who are you? Can you explain just who you are?
Sure. Jason Faustino. So at Saucony, I'm the Senior Director of Energy and Collaborations. So I lead all our collaboration projects and look after all our partners and, work on anything that's related to our brand energy.
And what your career before Saucony?
What did I do before Saucony?
Yes.
So before Saucony, I was actually an owner and co-founder of Extra Butter. It's a sneaker store in New York City. We had 2 locations. I was there for 10 years. Did many different collaborations with different brands. I was everything. I did the hiring, I did the buying, I worked the sales floor, I create the private label, did the collaborations, a little bit of everything. So before Saucony was that and also social work.
So you like and love sneakers.
Yes.
Which sneakers put you on the sneakers game?
On the sneakers game, when I was young, yeah. First one ever was, I always say, it was from Nike, of course, but Andre Agassi, AirTech Challenge 2. I love the colors, but I like that he's he breaks all the rules in tennis and makes tennis kind of cooler, looking more wild. He didn't follow the rules of Wimbledon, having to wear all white. He brought a lot of color. Even the jeans, he cuts off the denim shorts. So I like his style. I like his attitude, and I like his sneaker. That was when I was young, and then obviously other athletes, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley. But then when I got older, it was different things like in hip hop, really. You know what I mean? Different musicians and what they are wearing. I wouldn't even say it's one brand or one sneaker, just into the culture in general, like, wearing Stussy in the beginning, I don't know, OG brands, and then 555 Soul, and then eventually it's Supreme, and you know what I mean? That's how you get into it as an old person, but it's nice that energy still exists today, and that there's a connection to what I do in sneakers, obviously. So stuff I'm always passionate about. Definitely started with the AirTech Challenge sneaker, but if I ever showed anyone my sneaker storage I have, every brand, so many like even within a brand, it's not just one style, many style. I liked a lot of heritage brands mostly, but I like a variety of styles within each heritage brand. So that's part of why I ended up at Saucony, because I love the brand already as like an underdog, but I like so many different styles in Saucony, and I knew they have a deep archive. So I personally always wanted to work for a brand with a deep archive that I could, be a part of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ce que j'ai trouvé très intéressant avec Jason, c'est son rapport très émotionnel à la sneaker. Et donc je lui ai demandé, après toutes ces années, est-ce que la passion était encore là?
I had the same love for sneakers in the sense, like, when you put on a new pair of sneakers, it still feels so good no matter what. Even if I worked on it with someone and I've been part of the process and I've seen it a million times already, I put these on for the first time today. I was so excited. So
like a kid.
Like a kid, yeah. The spirit is still like a kid. But where I fell deeper in love with it is because I learned more about the process, So I have appreciation for how this gets made. It's to us, you know, sneaker collecting, we already think of it as art, but now I see how the art gets made, you know? I don't just see the end. So I really, the same way with the graffiti writer, I love looking at graffiti, but I love even more watching them. That's so cool. So same thing, watching a sneaker come to life and all of the people's hard work to make it happen. Me, really lucky working with collaboration partners. This is like their dream to make a collaboration. So watching them go through all the emotions, their storytelling, their dreams in the beginning coming to life, seeing their shoe for the first time, like I didn't know I loved that until I started doing it. You know what I mean? So there's so many other aspects I love about it now. It's not just about acquiring the shoes. Like when I was young, I just want to get all the ones that I really like. Now my love for it is so different, but never has gone away. Putting on a shoe for the first time is like, it's the best feeling. Yeah.
In life, what inspired you?
Inspiring me, my biggest inspiration is film, like movies. Like I wouldn't even say it directly inspires like making sneakers, because it did at Extra Butter. When I was at Extra Butter, all my the majority of my collaborations were based on different films I like, inspired by the colors, the designs, sometimes the outfit the actor is wearing. But now film just inspires me because different aesthetics, different stories being told. I think we learn a lot about humans through film. You know, the way stories get told, the way people go through ups and downs of life. Like, I can't explain how it inspires me day to day, but I just know that to do the work I do and to do it best, I have to keep watching movies, and it puts me in the right frame of mind to not just do my work and think of ideas. I think sometimes I say, I don't know how I thought of that idea, but I thought of it. But I think it was probably a mix of real life conversations and experiences, movies I saw that I like. It's influencing all over and then just coming to me like that. But I don't know, it's always been like a sanctuary to me. Even in college, I didn't go party. I'd go to the movies, just watch by myself even. So I still feel that connection, and it inspires me to do my work, but it inspires me even more so to work with people and like tell their stories, because that's what I love most about movies, you know.
Bon, aujourd'hui les collaborations sont partout. Mais en réalité, peu de gens expliquent comment elles se décident de l'intérieur. Et c'est exactement ce que je voulais comprendre avec Jason.
Today, we see a lot of collaboration that's marketing, design, behind campaign. How today you know when it's a good time to do a collaboration, and how you choose the people who collaborate with?
Yeah, I think the process changes a lot over time because the world is changing, the industry is changing. You know, sometimes it's competitive. A lot of brands are doing collaborations. So we have to stay, you know, keep changing, keep evolving. So I don't think there's one way of doing it. But the one way I stick to that works for Saucony, it's not a direct answer, but it has to really feel right. The brand has been around 120-something years, 127 years now. And I think there's so many stories I learned from previous employers, designers that have been here 20 years, employees that have been here 30 years, whatever it is. I'm connected to those people, and then I think there's a certain way about their personality and their spirit that I find similarity in collaboration partners. The way they treat people, the way they appreciate shoes, shoemaking, the way they tell stories, the way they listen to people, the way they take care of how much they value their own community, their family, all their morals, their values. Sometimes that's like what makes it make sense for me. But obviously I'm paying attention to people that are making noise, whether they're a musician, whether they, you know, J-Tips designed hats, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many different paths and things people do. So I don't just pay attention to sneakers. I'm paying attention to, I don't know, other things in life or what people are excited by. And then I'm just looking to see if working on a sneaker will be exciting, not just to them, but to their community and our community. So the timing is tricky because it's not quick to make a shoe, but if someone feels like in life they're going to take next steps and like they have an upwards trajectory, they're going to grow in their life and expand their reach and energy, it feels like that's a good time for us to work together on something because we are doing the same. Saucony is 100-something years old, but we're still growing and reaching new audiences. And yeah, so the timing, it's tricky, it changes, but and the criteria for looking through partners changes. We want to tap into culture in different ways, but culture means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. It's centered around creativity and design, but like I said, it has all these other things to do with values and who the people are as a human being, what their community means. There's so many other factors. It's really hard to pinpoint, but I feel it when I meet people. I go by my instinct. You know what I mean? Yeah.
If you had complete creative freedom, which brand or which people is your dream collaboration?
Dream collaboration? Oh.
For an artist, maybe dead or alive.
Yeah.
Your dream.
But I have complete creative freedom.
Yeah.
I don't know if I even want complete, because some of the people I'd want to work with, like film directors, I want them to have complete creative freedom. Like what I do daily, like the collaboration part, I'm fighting for them to have the complete creative freedom so they don't, they could bring their vision all the way to life. But for me, it won't make sense. But I want complete creative freedom if I worked with the sport of hockey. Because I really like hockey, but it's too limited. Like you only like hockey if you know it and are close to it. It doesn't reach wider audiences. Some people just think hockey jerseys is cool, or maybe they saw Mighty Ducks or play the video game, but they don't get into the sport fully. If I ever had full creative freedom, I would change hockey in so many different ways, from a culture, apparel, creative partnerships, presentation of the game, all of that. So it's a little different thinking through hockey. If I thought through something related to sneakers, it's so hard.
I know.
It's really, really hard. I've never been asked that question in all my time. I don't know who I don't know. There's so many brands I respect. I want to maintain how they do it. But I guess the best creative directors, they pay homage to what the brand has been throughout the years, but they still have their own creative freedom. I don't know. Maybe something like, I mentioned Stussy, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll leave it at that. That's the hardest question I've ever been asked. That's a good one. I'm going to be thinking about that tonight. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Et pour terminer l'interview, on a parlé du futur de la sneaker et sa vision est beaucoup plus nuancée que ce qu'on voit d'habitude.
More in the sneakers market, how do you see the future for the sneaker? Maybe in 5, 10, 20 years?
Yeah.
How do you see the future of sneaker?
Well, it already is like this, but sneakers is so wide now. Like dress sneakers, performance sneakers, dress shoes, casual, slip-on, clog, all of it is part of sneaker. Crocs is part of sneakers, you know what I mean? All of it is part of sneakers. So I think it's going to stay that way. And people that thought it was trend are wrong, because now that people fall in love with those different products, they're not going to take it out. So like, people got into gorpcore, but in a few years from now, they're not gonna stop buying something because it's cool, it's technical. Maybe gorpcore is not as trendy, but once you get into that product, once you fall in love with the going outdoors and using it for those ways, you'll love the product forever. So I think sneakers is gonna continue to be wide open, but I think the future is really a bit unknown, because we're still at a point in sneakers history, I guess, where so many of the people who started this culture are still here, which is good. But I am very excited about what the next generation is going to do with it. Like, we have to. Like, I'm scared too, because some things the kids do I don't like, but some things I really like and didn't even think I would like at first until it started happening. So it's a little bit of unknown, which is not the best answer. I wish I had a more direct answer, but it's true. Like, there's so much that I think is going to change in the next 5 years. I don't think it's going to grow in one direction. Sneakers for a long time was one direction and only connected to sport. It's so much wider now. So I think it's going to be very different. But what I really love that I'm sure of, maybe other brands won't like that I say this, but when we grew up, and no disrespect to those brands, like, it really just one or two brands were the main sneaker brands. And it's still that way. They're still the number 1 and 2. But now it's real wide, and that's so exciting to me because, like I said, ever since I was a kid, I liked so many brands, and I still like so many brands. So I like that kids these days, to them, they have a different 1 and 2 than I grew up with. So it's changing. 5 years from now, even more people will have everyone will have a different number 1 and 2 to them, which is so exciting to me.
C'était vraiment très intéressant d'échanger avec lui, mais vous me connaissez, je pouvais pas partir sans lui demander un petit conseil.
To finish, one piece of advice to our brand or someone who entering in the streetwear or sneaker game.
Yeah.
What's your best tip?
I can give a whole lecture on this. I'll make a whole movie on Netflix or something. No, I mean, you have to, this is very obvious, but you have to have intention and reason for doing something. It all starts there, because even if someone thinks they have good designs and they have a brand, sometimes they don't even know why they named it what they named it. You know what I mean? If you don't know it to the core, it doesn't mean something. I'm afraid it won't have longevity and lasting. It won't last through history. So I always encourage people to explore, take your time. You have to experience life to figure out some of these answers. What's the perfect name for your brand? What's the perfect, where do you want to go? Do you want it to be in this store? Do you want it to be like, and the other thing, I'm jumping around, but it's definitely know yourself and like take the time to have intention behind your brand, but also you have to do the work. Like this generation, it moves too fast, and everyone wants to be at where they see themselves right away, but it takes so much time, and it's good. It's not a bad thing that it takes time. It's a good thing that it takes time. It's going to be done the right way because it takes that time. But yes, you can go and DM anyone you want and make that connection, but you probably have to come from a very genuine angle, authentic angle, and really do the work that's necessary to build relationships the right way. And don't just expect things to come to you because in your mind that's what you wanted. It doesn't work that way. You have to put in the work. You have to connect with people. I don't care how fast and digital and AI the world is getting. There's still an analog way of working that will always remain, and it will always be real to anyone that's going to get into this and have a long career.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Of course. Thank you. I appreciate it. Good questions. I really like this. You made me think different, you know what I mean?
C'était l'échange que j'ai eu la chance d'avoir avec Jason. Ce qui est intéressant chez lui, c'est qu'il a une vision très humaine et très intentionnelle de la sneaker. Pour lui, c'est très loin d'un simple produit ou d'un concept marketing. Si cette interview t'a plu, n'hésite pas à me suivre sur mes réseaux. Je remercie évidemment Jason pour son temps et je vous remercie, vous, d'avoir regardé la vidéo jusqu'au bout. On se retrouve très vite pour la suite.
I tried to be different. I know you have a lot of interview.
Yeah.
This week, so
No, but I appreciate that because sometimes it's the same questions, so same answers, different time. This one, I'm still thinking about some of the things.
I really want to do this.
Yeah.
It's normal. All the people want to know who you are, what's your job. And sometimes it's good to have some reflection by the question.
Yeah.
So that's why
I find that whether it's a friend, collaboration partner, employee, people I met that connect with me, it's because of some of this stuff I did. not the work, not the shoe and stuff. Because they connect it to something I said or the way I think, which is better. You know what I mean? Because now we already have something in common beyond liking the same shoe. So I really appreciate doing this. Thank you.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
Sorry, thank you.
No, thank you.